In this video I am going to be demonstrating how to set up the gauge window. To get to the gauge window, all you do is go to Logging and select Gauge Screen. You can also hit Ctrl F and it will bring out the default gauge layout. To add a gauge to the gauge window, all you do is right click. You can add any of these gauges. For this example I'm going to add a value gauge. You'll notice that the name of the gauge is displayed at the bottom and the item is displayed inside the black text box. You can then change the item that you would like to be displayed by right clicking on it, and we can change this to battery voltage, and you'll notice that it automatically changes the displayed item to the battery voltage. To change the color of the gauge, all you do is right click and go to Define Gauges. In this window you can select the text color and the warn color, and you can also set the maximum value. The maximum value is the highest that it will allow the gauge to read. This also is what the warn color will come on above your maximum. So say we set the battery voltage maximum value to 9. The warn color will then come on anywhere above 9, and you can see the red box around the gauge is displayed. If you would like to change the text color, you can click on the text color and change the color to anything in the window. You can also change the warn color by selecting the warn color box. You can also change the max color back so it doesn't display a warning. Each gauge can be resized and dragged anywhere on the window. For example, we can drag it into the middle of the window, click on it, and hold Shift and any of the arrow keys, and you will expand the gauge. You can make it as big as you want, but you can't go any smaller than the minimum size. You can add any gauge to the window, and you can have as many gauges as you would like on the window. You can make any of the gauges whichever item you would like. So for this example, we will make this battery voltage as well, and we'll change the scaling so this goes to 20 instead of 8,000. That way the battery voltage is displayed. We can also resize the needle gauge. Now we're going to add a bar gauge to the layout. Just right click and add bar gauge. We'll change this to battery voltage as well, and you'll see that the green bar is off the screen. To get the bar to display inside the gauge, all you have to do is rescale the gauge to something that will better suit the value that you're seeing. The battery voltage is 10.5, so we can say the max voltage is around 20. We'll go to Define Gauges, change the max value to 20. Now you'll see that the bar is now showed up and it is halfway across the screen. If you'd like to change the text or the bar color, all you do is right click, Define Gauge, and change the text color. And that will change the text color and the bar color. The arc gauge and the vertical bar gauge work very similarly to how the regular horizontal bar gauge works. We'll set them all to battery voltage, and we'll note their characteristics. We'll change this to 20, and we'll set them all to the same color. And we'll change this to battery voltage, and we'll change this to 20 as well. You can see that they're all now set up very similarly, and you can have them set up however you'd like. You can make them as big as you want, and you can lay them out however suits your needs the best. Soon we're going to be adding an indicator light, which will also show you when the outputs are on, or anytime any of the values are above your warn value. It'll light up a little light on the gauge. But for now, this is just a brief demonstration of the gauge layout. The next thing I'm going to be covering is the graphing window and the monitoring tables. Thanks for watching.